Hey there, everybody. Here we are in Game 7 of the 1973 World Series replay between the Mets and the A's. Today's pitching matchup is going to pit John Matlack, 14 and 16 with a 3.20 ERA in 242 innings pitched, against Kenny Holtzman, 21 and 13, a 297 ERA in 40 starts and 297 innings pitched. So it should be a heck of a pitcher's matchup and a heck of a pitcher's duel today. Let's get started. Mets are in Oakland for Game 7, and yesterday's game was a 8-5 victory in 12 innings, which saw Felix Millan hit his second home run of the series, not known really for having much power at all since he chokes up halfway on the bat. But he did crank one out off the pitcher's card, and it gave the Mets an 8-5 win in that game to tie the series at 3 apiece. This is Game 7, and let's get started. Wayne Garrett. It's off Garrett's card. It's a 1-6, which is a fly ball to right field. And that's Alou in right field. Jesus Alou in right field. And we're going to have Felix Millan. It's a 3-7. A 3-7 is going to be a fly ball to left field this time. And that's Joe Rudy out there. And Rusty Staub. Rusty Staub had 4 hits in yesterday's 12-inning affair. And that's a 4-8. That's going to be off of Holtzman's card. A 4-8 is a strikeout. So that's 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the first inning. The A's lead off with Bert Campaneris, followed by Joe Rudy in left field, Sal Bando at third base, Reggie Jackson in center field, Gene Tennis, catcher, Jesus Alou in right field, Darren Johnson at first base, Dick Green at second base, and the pitcher batting last is Kenny Holtzman. It's a 5-5. It's going to be a strikeout from Matlack. Joe Rudy, a 3-8, a single. Sal Bando, a 4-6. 4-6 off Matlack is a strikeout. And Reggie Jackson, a 6-4. Is a ground ball to third base X, and that's Garrett. I rolled a 4 on that. And off Garrett, a 4, and he's a 4 third baseman. He dives for the ball, and the ball is pulled down the line, and actually Jackson goes the other way down the line for a double, and Joe Rudy is going to attempt to score. Joe Rudy's a 1 for 13 or 1-2-13, and it's a +2 for being 2 outs. So we're going to see, and that's a 2, so that's an RBI double for Jackson. Gene Tennis, and it's a 5-4. And that's going to be a strikeout. So the A's score 1 run on 2 hits, the double by Reggie Jackson. Matlack strikes out. All 3 outs are on strikeouts, but the A's still score a run. Cleon Jones, 3-7, fly ball left field for Cleon Jones. John Milner. It's a 4-8 off Holtzman. A 4-8 is a strikeout, second strikeout for Holtzman. And Jerry Grody. A 4-2. It's a fly ball to center field. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the second. For the A's, it's Alou, Johnson, and Green. We're using the actual lineups of the 1973 World Series. 2-5 off Alou. 2-5 is a ground ball to Harrelson. Harrelson riffles it over to first. Went away. It's Darren Johnson. It's a 1-4, and that's going to be a strikeout. Fourth strikeout for Matlack. Dick Green, a 6-5. That's a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down. End of 2 innings of play. A's 1, Mets nothing. On the top of the third, you're going to see Don Hahn. And that's going to be a 6-5. It's a strikeout. Buddy Harrelson, a 6-6. It's a split, 1-6 double, and that's a 6. So that's a double for Harrelson. Mets have a runner, the tying run, in scoring position. Matlack is up, and Matlack is a 2-batter. I'm going to flip that over. And that's a 3-5. 3-5 is a grounder to short, runner holds. Campanaro looks at Harrelson, keeps him close to second. And it's Wayne Garrett with the runner in scoring position, 2 out. That's a 6-2 off Holtzman's card. It's a ground ball back to Holtzman. Holtzman over to first, and that's the end of the inning. So the Mets strand 1 on a hit, a double by Harrelson, and we go to the bottom of the third. We're going to see Kenny Holtzman. So 1 card, a 1 batting card, pitcher 1 card, a pitcher hitting card. It's a 4-3 off Matlack, fly ball X to right field, 11. Who do we have in right field for the Metsies? That's the Staub. He's a 3, so an 11. Under 3 is a double. Staub just does not have the wheels to get to that. And Kenny Holtzman is going to get a double out of this off Matlack's card. And the poor speed of Staub. Okay, so we have Holtzman at second base, and we have Campaneris batting. It's going to be a 4-6. A 4-6 is a strikeout. 6th strikeout of the game for Matlack. Say 4-8. A 4-8 is going to be a split. Double, single is going to be a run scored either way here. Let's see what it is. And it's a 13. It's going to be a single, but it's going to be a 2-base advance. So the single RBI, and the A's are up 2-0. Sal Bando. Say 6-6. 6-6 is a strikeout. Strikeout number 7. And then Reggie Jackson. Say 2-6. A 2-6 is a split home run double. 1-8 is a home run, and that's a 14. So it's going to be a double. And we're going to try to score Rudy. See if Rudy will score. I believe there's 2 outs. Rudy runs at a 1-13, so it's going to be a 1-15. Anything that needs something less than that for him to score, and he does. So that's Jackson's 2nd RBI double in 3 innings. Gene Tennis. Ace up 3-0. And that's a 2-8. A 2-8 is going to be a fly ball to left field, Cleon Jones under it, and that's all she wrote for the bottom of the third. The A's score 2 runs on 3 hits. Now lead it 3-0. Felix Millan, Rusty Staub, and Jones. 4-7 off Holtzman. 4-7 is a split. There's a single 1-14, and that's a 13. So it's a single for Millan. Rusty Staub going to try a hit and run, get something going for the Mets. Down by 3. That's going to be a 5 on a hit and run. Then that's going to be a ground out second base, and the runner advances. So with me on at second, Jones is up. Cleon Jones, it's a 5-8. A 5-8 is a line out to Dick Green. 2 away, run around second, and John Milner. It's a 3-11 off Milner's card, ground ball to the first baseman, Johnson. And he takes it, and that's 3 away. Mets lead 1. After 3.5, it's Oakland 3, Mets zip. Jesus Alu. That's a 3-3, and that's going to be a ground ball to Harrelson. Harrelson picks it up over to first, 1 away. Darren Johnson, a 3-8, and that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 8 for Matlack. And the second baseman, Dick Green. And that's going to be a 4-6. That's going to be a strikeout number 9. Top of the 5th for Jerry Grody. Don Hahn and Buddy Harrelson. It's a 5-5. A 5-5. That's a split 1-8 home run off Holtzman's card. And it's a 10. So it's going to be a deep fly ball to the right fielder, Alu. He goes on the warning track and he makes the catch. A little bit more, that ball would have been out of here. Don Hahn, a 6'9". 6'9" is going to be a ground ball shortstop X. 14. Campaneris is a 2. Campaneris picks that one up, throws over to first, 2 away. Buddy Harrelson. And that's a 5-5. And that's a split home run. Buddy Harrelson. Buddy Harrelson did hit. Okay. He had no home runs. So actually my house rule is that his home run would turn into a single. So it's a 5-5. We need a 1-8 for a home run for a single. And nope. And that's going to be a fly ball right field. So 3 up, 3 down. Holtzman's retired 9 in a row. And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. And it's 5-5. And it's going to be a strikeout. 10th strikeout. Campaneris. A 3-10. It's a split double 1-7. So it's going to be a double for Campy. And again, the A's have a runner in scoring position. Joe Rudy. That's a 5-6. A 5-6 is a ground ball shortstop X. Harrelson is a 1. And that's a 7. That's going to be a ground ball. A 3. Runner on first is out on the second. Runner advance 1 base. All right. If the ball's hit up the middle, that's going to allow Campaneris to go to third. 2 away. Campy's at third. Salbando. That's a 3-7. 3-7 is going to be a hit for sure. A 1 is a triple. Otherwise, it's a double. I'm sorry, it's a single. 3-7. Single RBI for Bando. Oakland leads it. 4-zip. Reggie Jackson. It's 5-7. Fly ball, right field. 3 away. But the A's score another run on 2 hits. An RBI single by Bando after a Campaneris double. And the Mets now are behind 4-zip, going to the top of the 6th. Kenny Boswell is going to bat for Matlack. That's a 1-4, and that's going to be a single. Kenny Boswell singles. So the Mets have a runner. Top of the 6th inning. Say 4-11. A 4-11 is going to be a ground ball to first base, allowing Boswell to go to second. Felix Millan singled last time at bat. Say 2-5. A 2-5 is a ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop looks over at Boswell and throws to first. 2 away. Rusty stop. And that's a 5-5. This will be a home run on 1-8 for Rusty. And that's a 9. So the Mets don't get much luck. They do not get much luck. It's a fly ball, a deep fly ball to right track is Alou, and he makes the catch. And the Mets had one hit. They leave a runner and score zip in that top of the 6th inning. So the score is 4-zip in the bottom of the 6th. And the Mets are going to have a new pitcher. George Stone. He's going to be colored in green. He's going to face Gene Tennis, Jesus Alou, and Devin Johnson. Or was it Darren Johnson? Excuse me. That's a 4-3. A 4-3 is a fly ball right field X. 18. Roll a 20-sided again, and that's an 11. And off of Staub, that's going to be another double off of his poor fielding ability. So Tennis is on second base. Alou is going to bunt, and it's going to be an 11. Batter pops out, so an ineffective sacrifice attempt. So pop up to the first baseman. Darren Johnson. Say 2-5. A 2-5 is going to be a walk. And you're going to have Dick Green batting against George Stone. Dick Green, the A's second baseman, batted .262 in 1973 with 3 home runs. Let's say 310. A 310 is going to be a single. And Tennis is a 1-11. There's only 1 out, so they're going to hold Tennis. The bases are now loaded for Kenny Holtzman. Kenny Holtzman is a 1 batting. And that's a 5-8. A 5-8 is a fly ball right field. That means Tennis is going to score. Sacrifice fly. And first and second, 2 away. And Bert Campaneris. Say 6-8. A 6-8 is a single. Runners advance 1 base. So the bases are loaded for Joe Rudy. We're going to see Mets pitcher Tug McGraw. See if he can stop the bleeding. It's going to be in yellow. Tug McGraw. That's a 4-8. A 4-8 is going to be a single. A 4-8 is a single, and we're going to try to score. That scores Johnson. Green is going to try to score. And Green is a 1-12. That's a 20, so he gets thrown out. Let's see what happens. It's from right field to the cutoff second baseman, Mian, and home. So it's a 9-4-2, and they get him out at home trying to score on that single. But Rudy gets an RBI, and that's the third out. You have 2 runs scored on 4 hits. So 2 runs on 4 hits. And now the A's lead at 6-0, top of the 7th. Jones, 4-12 is a fly ball right field. Johnny Milner, he led the Mets in home runs with 23 in 1973. It's a 4-8. It's a strikeout. That is the 4th strikeout of the game for Holtzman. And Jerry Grody, a 5-4. Catcher X, 15 on a catcher 4. Give me a foul out. 3 up, 3 down. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. Here we are replaying the 1973 World Series. We're in Game 7. In the bottom of the 7th, the Mets are down, find themselves down 6-0. Sal Bando, 6-6. It's a fly ball right field. Reggie Jackson, it's a 3-6. It's a strikeout. And Gene Tennis, a 6-5. It's a strikeout. So 2 strikeouts for Tug McGraw, excuse me. And we go to the top of the 8th inning. Don Hahn, Buddy Harrelson, and the pitcher spot. And it's a 5-8. 5-8 is a line out to Dick Green, 1 away. Buddy Harrelson, it's a 4-4. That's a fly ball to the Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson under it. Now I'm going to see a pinch hitter. It's going to be George Theodore. George Theodore, 5-7. Ground ball second base. X, 13. Green is a 2. He feels it easily, throws over to first, and that's the inning. So it's a 1-2-3 inning, and Holtzman is pitching masterfully. He's retired 9 in a row ever since that single by pinch hitter Boswell in the top of the 6th. So no hits, no runs in the top of the 8th. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. We're going to have a new pitcher for the Mets. It's going to be Ray Sadecki. And Ray Sadecki is going to come out in blue on the scorecard. If you ever see my scorecards, you see I color them in. Color each pitcher a different color. Use colored pencils. And Ray Sadecki is going to be pitching. race the deck, he's going to face Jesus Alu. It's a 3-6. A 3-6 is going to be a single on a split 1 to 15. And that's an 18. That's going to be a line out to third base. Darren Johnson, he walked and scored a run in the 6th inning. And that's a 5-9. 5-9 is going to be a strikeout. And Dick Green, it's a 6-10. Catcher's X and Grody's a 1. It's a foul out. And 3 up, 3 down. In the bottom of the 8th, we go to the top of the 9th inning. The A's 6 and the Mets zip. We're going to see the top of the lineup for the Mets: Wayne Garrett, Felix Millan, and Rusty Staub. And that's a 6-6. It's going to be a split hit. 1 to 6 is a double, otherwise it's a single. So Garrett gets on base. Felix Millan. Say 2-2 for Millan. A 2-2 is a line out to second base. Say 6-8. A 6-8 is a pop-up to Johnson. And finally, Cleon Jones. It's a 2-8 for Cleon Jones, and that's going to be a split. 1 to 10 is a single. And he got a single, and they're going to hold. They're going to stop Garrett at second, first and second, with 2 outs. And Darrell Knowles is going to come in. He's pitched, historically, he pitched in every game of the 1973 World Series, and he's doing it here with us. So Darrell Knowles is coming in. He's going to be red. There's 2 outs, 2 on. Darrell Knowles is coming in to pitch for Kenny Holzman. And we're also going to bring in a player, a second baseman, named Mike Andrews, who's involved in the Andrews affair, in which he was deactivated and then reactivated because of a player protest after he had made 2 errors in Game 2, which the A's lost back in '73. Charlie Finley, who was known as being very kind of a person who just made these decisions off the cuff, a little bit flaky and unstable, he decided that he wanted to replace Andrews, and basically intimidated Andrews into giving up his spot. And when the players found out about it and the league found out about it, there was a big uproar, and eventually he was reinstated during the course of the series. So Mike Andrews, I'm going to bring him in. He's a second baseman. He's going to come in to replace Green. Just because of that, and I wanted to tell a story. So anyway, 2 out. Darrell Knowles pitching. John Milner batting. Runners on first and second. Top of the 9th in Game 7. A's are up 6-0. And it's a 6-11. 6-11. It's going to be a ground ball to the first baseman, Johnson. Johnson picks it up, and the celebration ensues. The A's are world champs 1973. So history does not repeat itself. The Mets just don't have the offense. And that's it, folks. That's your series. I hope you enjoyed it. I think my next project is going to be the 1988 Dodger Mets series. And again, like, comment, and subscribe to encourage me to keep going with these. Um, and that's going to be it for the 1973 World Series replay. Um, the Mets in Game 7, 0 runs, and the A's, 6 runs. So thanks a lot, and take care.